And welcome one and all to the second story arc of the Higurashi When They Cry visual novels. This is your host, mindless Gonzo. And today is Watanagashi. That's the title of the story arc that we're going to be dealing with today. How was your time of life in Hinamizawa? A curse? A conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything and everyone seems suspicious. Here at last, it is no surprise attack, but a real direct incident. How about you enjoy it? The difficulty is lower, but extremely vicious. I do not like where this is going. At all. But, once again, we're just going to trudge through this. Unfortunately, I might have to pause because I just got a little hungry. I fixed myself dinner, and it would be rude to be eating during a recording. So, let's get started. I will not quench your thirst, for you seek the truth and could not accept it. I will not quench your thirst, for the truth you desire does not exist. But I still want to quench your thirst, for I am the one who cast you into the desert. Frederica Burkastil. A work of fiction, and it resembles actual persons or organizations is entirely coincidental. AD 1983, the early summer of the 58th year of the Showa era. Oh, wait, why is it still here? Oh well, fuck it. The chirping of birds served as my alarm clock. Huh? Wasn't today Sunday? Wasn't it basically my style to stay up late on Saturday and sleep through the morning Sunday? Why was I waking up at this disgustingly wholesome hour? Back to sleep. God. I don't want to get up. Gagey, are you awake? You have a phone call. The moment the sound of my mother calling me from downstairs finally registered. Oh, phone call. I sprang him out of bed abruptly and stampeded noisily down the stairs. He's awake. I'll put him on right now, my mother informed the person on the other end of the line. Hello, it's me. Who might this be? Morning, Keiji-kun. You're such a sleepyhead. Rena, what's up? Calling so early. I don't think it's so early. It's the middle of the day. 11 o'clock. I guess you could loosely consider that the middle of the day. So what's up? Hold on a second. I'll put B-chan on now. Hi, okay, John. If I were to say it in English, that'll be good morning. While we're at it, why don't you try saying it in Chinese, German, and Russian as well? Ni hao, Kei-chan. Guten Morgen, Kei-chan. And Russian? Das Vidanya? How the hell should I know? Well, whatever. Stupid conversation woke me up. That's good to hear. So, Kei-chan, you free? If you're good, we got everybody. What do you mean, everybody? All the club members? That's right, you might be thinking every day always ends in a heat competition, but at least I can spend my day off peacefully. You're too naive, Kei-chan. Yeah. The aim of our club is to find the best solution for every situation. In other words, we don't care if it's the weekend. Oh, it looks like Kei-chan has come to understand the club. So how about it? Can you come? I have nothing planned that day. If I were to refuse Club President Mion's invitation, what other fun way to pass the time than what I have? It's not like I plan on doing anything. And if I said no, you'd probably just declare me the loser by default and force a penalty game on me anyways. If you understand that much, you can't refuse, right? If you're okay with it, meet me at the usual place, 1 o'clock. We're going into town. Bring your bike. Club activities in town? Huh. Well, we could do them anywhere. Besides, since it was a new venue, there was no way it was going to be this intense. I'm holding a pretty big grudge from the narrow loss a couple days ago. I'll say it right now, I am not going to lose. A couple of days ago was Friday's club activities, the non-comprising poker match. It was a fight to the death. Nobody held back. Nobody could tell who was in the lead or who was last until all points were tallied. In the end, I only won by one ship. Mion came in second. Damn it, to think if I had squandered on that one ship. Mion lamented thus, perhaps more so than the fact that she lost. She doesn't lose. That's why she only whined when she let the champion's throne slip through her fingers. That's why she was more frustrated than anybody over a close loss. So, does she mean for today it'll be a grudge match? Bring it on! Just like last time, I'll shut you down and make you play that penalty game. Make sure you play it in a way that you won't regret it when you lose. Wouldn't have it any other way. It'll make it all the more better when I crush you. After that, we exchanged gears for a bit before we hung up the phone. As I headed back upstairs, hastily to get the key to my bike, I bumped into my mother as she was carrying a futon down. "Oh, Keiji, you seem like you're in a good mood. Are you heading out?" "Something like that. I'm going to town to play with everybody." "Take care, and watch out for traffic. Be back before dinner." Yeah, I'll be back by then. After unlocking the chain from my bike in the garage, I reveled a bit in the resistance the slightly stiff pedal gave as I pushed on it. Alright, let's go. I set off on my bike, cutting through the refreshing morning air. Keiji-kun, you're late. Sorry to keep you waiting. Where's Sadako and Rika? Rather than meeting up with him here, it's a lot quicker to just meet him in town. Oh, I see. If I remember correctly, Sadako and Rika's houses were on the other side, past the school. Oh yeah, what's up with doing club activities in town? It can't be that everybody's going to put it on masks and rob banks all day, isn't it? I wouldn't mind doing that. Even then, I wouldn't lose to you. You see, Mi-chan always tells me the routes and schedules in the armored bank cars. I wonder why. Wait, what? I spun around with a serious look on my face and looked at Mion. Well, it certainly seems possible Mion is capable of doing that. Seriously? Rena! What are you saying? Sorry, Mi-chan, sorry. The two of them choked around. That bright laughter was the best match for a beautiful day like today. Hey, you two. Sadako and Rika-chan were waiting for us, are they? Let's stop fooling around and let's get going. Around and around, fooling around like two fluttering butterflies. I earnestly wished I could just keep watching them like this. But the five of us together will be absolutely more fun. That's right, we gotta go. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Once we split the loot, everybody scram. We're gonna do something illegal, are we? Accelerating hard, we crested the hill. The view expanded as Okinomiya Station came into sight. I occasionally come to the station here. Considering the amount of effort it takes to get here, though, it was quite a hassle. That's why I didn't know much about the area around the station, or Okinomiya itself for that matter. The street we were heading down today was, of course, unfamiliar. Going through the railway crossing, we headed past the south end of the station. This is the first time I've been this way, I said. Around here, there's lots of things, like arcades and toy stores. Mi-chan knows a lot about it. So, an arcade, huh? I used to go to one pretty often. My gamers pull royals with me. Always going to an arcade, Kei-chan? You're quite the delinquent. Next time we're here, I'll show you where it is. A good one. quite a few machines there. Seems like Tano Okiomiya was Mion's stomping grounds. If I asked her, she could tell me a lot of things about it. Eventually, we came across a store with quite a few bikes parked in front of it. Was this the arcade? Nah, a smaller shop. Looking at the window display, it seemed like your everyday toy shop. But for almost 10 kids to be filling in and out of the store, they were doing almost too well. Could it be the store is having some sort of event? Exactly! Top prize is 50,000 yen. Okay, $500. That's decent. 50,000? What the heck is that? That's a TMP of the People's Republic of Keiichi 5 times over. Tokyo figures messing about the front of the store noticed us and waved hands. Oh look, those two. Hello everybody, we've been waiting for you. Good morning. Hey, morning Rika-chan. So let it go. We're gonna settle this before the cops get here. Goal is to plunder 1 billion. Keiji-san, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are we late? Do we keep you two waiting? We finished early today, so we've been waiting a while. I'm sorry about that. Keiji-chan here was taking his sweet time. Well, if it was Keiji's fault, it couldn't be helped. Saying that, she stretched up and began patting Mion's head. Wait a minute. Are you solving everything by making me the bad guy? Of course. Who else but Keiji could fill this important role? I don't like being cast like that. If you think that this will solve everything, you're sorely mistaken. I was feeling slightly irritated, so I began to repeatedly smack Sadako on the head. Keiji is bullying me! Oh, such a shame, Keiji's bullying you. Sadako's crying. She's crying. I'm taking her home. Your big sis here will take care of the bad guy. And there's the delivery punch. She aesthetically wiped the tears, probably fake, from Sadako's face while Rika genuinely patted mine as I lay sprawled on the ground. Yeah, that's fine. Yup, that's the way things are supposed to be solved. With violence! Although I think we should find a new punchline before you start losing teeth. Well then, upsy daisy. In any case, the reading for today went well. Inside the toy shop, there were about 10 boys around the same age as me. Apparently they all knew Mion, and finding out that she had arrived, they greeted her with jeers a few at a time. Michan's a regular at this toy shop, so she has a lot of friends. A regular? So what's up with that? Kei-chan, take a look back. Following Sadako prompting as I took a look, there were chairs lined up at tables, like a birthday party. I realized immediately, it couldn't be that this is the venue of today's club activities? Surprise, Kei-chan! I'm good friends with the owner here. He sometimes lets me hold game tournaments to expand his customer base. Expand his customer base, huh? All the boys livening up the place are participants. That's right. Normally it's just us 5, but today we're going to play with lots and lots of people. She was innocently happy about being able to play with so many people, but my expression grew noticeably stern. Kei-san, I know exactly what you're thinking. What will that be? 1, 2... These are all enemies! We're blended together in harmony. Oh, hell yes! We know exactly what we're thinking. We looked over to the participants. After all, the top prize was 50,000 yen. My eyes lit up like a flame. Kei-chan, looks like today will be fun. Well, no matter how many more rivals I have, the goal will still stay the same. Rivals? Kei-chan, you think a whale keeps track of all the krill it eats? She says that in an unpleasant voice, laughing at the aggressive glint in her eyes reserved solely for climb activities. Damn it, Mion! She's serious as she can get! I'm not the only one who's serious. Take a look at Rika. She pointed, looking at where her finger directed me. What the heck is that? Rika was using those kinds of traits to soften up the group with an almost excessive pleasantness. I'm also going to do my best. Go for it! Yay! Go for it! Yay! Completely emasculated, the group joined Rika-chan in a cheer. The inside of the store had been consumed by the world of Rika. Damn! Chomping at the bits, isn't she? Seems like today is going to be fun. I'm going to do my best. Rena was also unusually fired up by the large crowd. Hopping about and running around, she entered entirely into cute mode. Wow, this early? In Rena's case, the real fun starts when her tension gauge fills up. Her happy-go-lucky attitude belied the fact that this was the state in which she was the most threatening. Mion was making small talk with some of the regular customers she was acquainted with. Business as usual with her. Of course, if anybody thought that Mion looked ordinary, they were not qualified to be in our club. The shadow beneath her feet was exuding killer instinct, rising up like a chill wind. Damn it, Mion, throwing away her honor and humanity like that. She must be serious. Okay-san, didn't you know? The 50,000 yen prize is from her own pockets. You gotta be kidding! She was putting out the 50,000 yen by herself? At the moment, a dark miasma that warped Mion's surroundings began to appear. What is it, Kate-chan? Is there something on my face? A shiver crept up my spine. The Mion cornering herself like that, she was pulling out the demon lurking within her. Fine with me. Damn it, my knees are shaking like crazy. Before I realized that the store had filled up with even more people. However, the looks in their eyes weren't confrontational. They were looks of expectation and curiosity. They were the eyes of onlookers who were wondering what kind of match was going to occur and who will win. You couldn't ask for a better stage than this. Getting interesting. Keiji-kun, let's do our best, okay? Do our best. She was already fully charged. Mortal laws and common sense held no power before the might of Rena in cute mode. I definitely didn't want to fight her if possible. Rika-chan, do your best. We're all cheering for you on. Okay, I'll do my best. She was exuding way too much charm, no matter how you look at it. Yet she already won over most of the onlookers on her side. Nonchalantly avoiding things had always been her creed, but for her to be blatantly laying out her machinations like this, something was definitely strange. Like Rena, she was somebody who I didn't want to fight if I could help it. Of course, the one you don't want to fight is Mion. I've been lucky to even leave alive more than a few times at the end of club activities, but I don't think there was a day that even came close to being this dangerous. Mion seemed to develop quite the grudge after losing a poker match a few days back. Seems that way. In other words, today is just an elaborate stage for revenge. Almost as though she was psychic, she turned towards us. Her eyes were conveying the message, "Oh, now you just figured it out." It wasn't Mion. Rena and Rika were more pumped up than they'd ever been. Yeah, one's gonna pop up today. Without a doubt, there will be casualties. Seems somehow Keiji-san and I are the only ones left. What do you think? Should we not have our match during the opening round? Might as well. I need to warm up before I can really kick it into gear. My spinal column shot out like I had been struck by a bolt of lightning, and like a pillar of ice, it was being jammed into it, beginning to freeze. I could almost see the flames backlighting Satoko with intensity. Even then, while Satoko was still displaying a normal smile, it was cold and inhuman, almost as if it were a plastic mask. You must really want to eliminate me any other way around. You can't hide that murderous intent. Oh, too bad. You're being uncharacteristically cautious. Without a doubt, this was a trap. I don't know what she had up her sleeve, but if I fought with her during the opening round, my loss would be more certain if I were against Mion. Hold on, I'm hungry. Ah, nice and done. I paused the recording. You wouldn't notice a thing, but I managed to fix myself a nice little snack. And feeling lubed up. No, not that way. But let's continue on. With a pitch black miasma that permeated the inside of the store. Did they all want to win that 50,000 yen that much? Nah, right? The only ones competing for the prize money were casual participants. I was different. I had mistaken this as just a way for us to fool around on a normal Sunday. It didn't matter when it was, or where it was, or who our opponents were. In our club, the goal was to always be the top of the mountain. An intense flame that no strong winds could extinguish, hot enough to melt any steel, began to burn inside me. The fuse had been lit on this unprecedentedly intense club battle. Then the owner of the store told me on an Atlantic Daisical voice that it was about time to begin. Everybody ready? Listen close. She began with the formalities, standing in for the owner and explaining the rules of the tournament. You're only playing to win. No second or third place. The same rule as our club. There were 15 people participating. We were to split up into 5 via a draw, and each group will have one winner. Each winner in the first stage would advance to the next in order to compete in the final. Now, as for how each group will compete, each table can decide to play whatever they want. As long as the game is here in the shop, anything goes. Already in club mode DEFCON 1, I didn't let the small gap in the rules go unnoticed. Can I ask a question? Wouldn't everybody push to play a game they're good at and not be able to agree on which one? Oh, that's right. We can't decide, we can't start. The spectators were nodding. It was only natural. There wasn't anybody who would simply cede to their opponent's suggestion. I prefer you were all good sports and managed to come to a decision on your own. But if it comes to a stalemate, the store owner should decide for you, okay? It was an event in a toy store after all. You'd expect the owner to be a referee. After that, her rundown continued. It ended with the rule that any loser participants will have to buy the game they lost at a rather nice proposition for the store. First, we used a draw to split into 5 groups. Everybody lined up single file and began to draw tickets that the shop owner prepared. My turn. Time to draw. No matter who I was up against, I'd crush him. The moment Mion began to laugh while a hawkish gleam in her eye. Of course, I'm sure you already know, but club members will have a separate penalty game with the casual participants. I thought that much. What's the gist of it? The winner gets to get the losers 1 order each. Contrary to how simple it sounded, it was a terrifying eventuality, the subject of which no one could predict. Damn you, Mion. Was she really planning on parading me around and hitting me Zawa in cat ears and a banana hammock with a tail attached or something? Excuse me. I'm sorry, I had a bit of a momentary lapse of judgment and reason. Sorry. The look on Mion's face told me she wasn't going to let me off that easy. On top of that, this time, it wasn't just the person who finished last who'd have to submit to the penalty game. The loser gets one order each. Even if you don't finish last, you still have to do a penalty game. That would be the case. What if there's no winner? Like if all the club members dropped out? Kate-chan, are you alright in the head? Come again? The look in her eyes became that of a lion bearing fangs. How exactly are the elite members of our club going to lose to mewling newborns? Kate-chan, don't embarrass me by getting eliminated in the first round. Even so, I didn't feel threatened. The more into it my opponent was, the stronger I would become. You just wait and see. I won't just sit here and be bullied by you, Mion. I will show you. Then we shall meet in the finals. The results of the draw were enough to make you cry conspiracy. All the members of the club were nicely divvied up amongst the 5 tables. How did that happen when the draw was that random? The thought that I was already caught in Mion's puppet strings made me feel uneasy. That was fine. I'll crush you all your petty little tricks. Now, where were my opponents? Everybody was headed to the table corresponding to a number on the ticket. The competition at my table was these two. Oh, they look younger than me. Aren't you 2 classmates? Oh, hi. I'm Tomita. This is Okamura. Okamura greeted me by nodding his head. My opening round was against my juniors from school. Just saying, seems like a pretty easy matchup. Lucky, time to destroy him without mercy. Alright then, everybody. Please decide on your games and start. With Mion's declaration, the inside of the store suddenly became lively. Everybody was yelling their favorite games at each other, trying to gain advantage before they started. Even my 2 classmates who stayed in tech turn at the first class began to fiercely insist on their own games as soon as the signal was given. Of course, I would kick those suggestions aside. There were absolutely no reason to pick a game your opponent was good at. Sorry, they're all games I don't know. Could you pick something a little more well-known? Of course, they didn't agree to the games I suggested. I could only smirk bitterly. Naturally, after 5 minutes, this table stood couldn't agree. Obeying the rules, we asked the store owner to decide. Clearing his throat, he brought over a board game from the back of the store. A game called Billionaire. Quite the vintage. Come to think of it, if you lose, you have to buy it. That damn shop owner. Was he using this competition to get rid of all the games he couldn't sell? I know this one. You guys do too. Spin the wheel and head to the goal. Whoever has the most money after we liquidate our assets is the winner. The 2 nodded in agreement, and finally the game was underway. At the time I already had a feeling of a pending crisis. I wouldn't realize why this game progressed a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Celebrate the birth of your child. Receive 5,000 from everybody. Sorry. Okay, I built a bit of a lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A bonus. Receive $100,000 from the bank. The tables were turned in an instant. 1, 2, 3. Proceed to the corporate ladder course. A good route. Only my piece was landing on steady spaces. I had to ask as to why Mion didn't bring out board games for club activities, but the reason was laid bare to me before my eyes. That's right, I had only realized it now. This game was completely based on luck. What could I possibly do to make sure I end up in first place at the end? The ultimate outcome of this game was decided in a place beyond human hands. How were the other club members doing? My eyes would naturally wander off to the other tables. Mion's table was... they're not doing anything. I still not decided? This naive idea existed to distract me from the most frightening possibility. Mion was lounging about, leisurely holding some juice she had from the vending machine outside. When our eyes met, she gave me a look of ease. It couldn't be that she already finished, did she? What game was it? That easily? Probably too late to be concerned with that at this point. 5 minutes since we started. Their two opponents were already beyond recourse. They were sitting there, slumped over, disappointment. Muttering to themselves, trying to figure out where they went wrong. For that, they find no answer. Was there any reason for their defeat other than they just sat at the same table as Mion? What about Rena's table? The spectators were causing quite a commotion. It looked like the game was Karuta. The shop owner was apparently the one reading out the cards. Rena tended the dollar about and spaced out a lot. Wouldn't she have a hard time with this game? Then I'll read it out. The dog gets tired on a walk. Whoa! What the hell is that? At the same time, the shop owner began shouting out the words. The cards in question disappeared off the face of the table. No, the face of the earth. What? What happened? I have a smear on my glasses. Oh, shit. Impossible! Where'd it go? It was against Rena's cheek. She was rubbing it. So cute. I'm taking it home. Look at the card she was rubbing against her cheek. It was an anime-themed version of Garuda, with rather cute moe illustrations decorating the cards. Basically, it's a picture of a pretty dog girl with a slightly large chest, panting and half in tears as she was being pulled along on a chain. With those types of pictures, even I could play with godlike speed. Of all people to play that game, it had to be her. It was entirely possible that her fingertips on the verge of breaking the sound barrier. It's over. Mion smiled coolly. Seeing no further reason to keep watching, she turned back. So cute! So cute! Even if Rena wins, I'll still buy these cards! I'm taking them home. After that, the second the card started to be read out, such decisive sounds echoed. Well, what about Sadako? I wonder what's the next game. Concentration. Judging from the distressed look on her face, she seemed to be struggling somehow. One of the main characteristics of concentration is that the pace of the game speeds up as it goes on. As the number of cards to memorize decreases, it becomes easier to match several pairs in a row. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the first person to take over the flow of the match can run away the winner. The cards still in play had decreased. If you memorize the cards that have been turned over before, you should have a good chance of sweeping the table at this point. Sadako probably knew the positions of all the remaining cards, however, her turn came a little too late. If her opponent followed up, the match will be decided. Sorry, but I'm also aiming for the prize money. Don't hate me for this. The guy, did he have the locations of the cards memorized? He was completely certain of victory. The tension on his face relaxed. It's over, I whispered in a bored manner as I turned my attention back to my own game. I spun the wheel. 5. No way! The ace of hearts should have been here. A commotion at Sadako's table as the shot rang out. The two of my table turned around in surprise. I didn't. After all, there really wasn't anything to be surprised about. The onlookers were confounded, most of them certain that the ace of hearts should have been there. No way, I must be seeing things. It must have been because I was excited. So assured in his victory, the distress over his defeat ran deep. That's how it is. If his opponent wasn't Sadako, the ace of hearts certainly would have been there. What a fool. When you're up against Sadako, you can't let your guard down for a moment until the battle is over. Kei-chan, still haven't finished your match? You have no sense for these things. Shut the fuck up. With a refined tone of voice reserved for only winners, she'd call out to me. For the casual surfer, it must have looked like she was only acting victory. From my point of view, she was just playing around. The roles of winner and loser had already been decided, nothing more than child's play. The laughable part about it, her opponent didn't know whose role had already been assigned. Next, right there, setting up a farce of a trap with the ace of hearts. My opponent only walked into one of my traps. Even then, one was more than enough. She was a trapper. Her true talent was never having a misfire. Setting off only one trap was more than enough. Ain't it cool? The fact that the other club members were winning one after another with their own brand of play only added to my impatience and my own lack of progress. Oh, wait. What about Rika? How is our club's Slide of the Fox doing? What the shit is that? Over in the corner, the mood at the table was decided differently from others. The game with Rika's was that battery-powered fishing game. The one where the fish open and close their mouths as they rotated on a platform, and you use a magnetic fishing rod to pick them up. That old thing. It seems they planned on competing by seeing who can catch the most fish, but it became an aspect you could hardly call competitive. Wow, I got one! You're so good, Rika. You're good at this. Oh my, she caught another one. Rika's really good at this. I knew Rika had already charmed our opponents, along with the onlookers, before the match even begun, but brilliantly played. That corner had become an informal meeting of the Rika Furude fan club. Rika-chan's total victory. Total victory. Rika-chan's good at fishing, isn't she? What Rika-chan is trolling for probably isn't fish. Hearing that, she glanced over my way briefly. This is my way of getting serious. That's what I heard. This is a masterful technique where Rika around is allowed. Only Rika can do. It's quite a masterful technique. Mayabara, it's your turn. Oh, I guess it is. Fined for tax evasion. $50,000. My game, an unseemly situation this was. Noticing the uneasiness creeping upon my face, my companions came to see how I was doing. Could it be you're struggling? Okamura, right now, how much money do you have? He had wrung lots of money out the elite course, begin to count through a stack of white $100,000 bills. 980,000. How much money do you have? 880,000. I'm still close enough to turn this around. Those two, it looked like they would have easily surpassed $1 million each. Okay, Chan, how much do you have? Her tone of voice was grim from the get-go. Her disappointment that disgusts club president. It can't be helped. No strategy involved in spinning a wheel. How am I supposed to cheat? Tell those two to close their eyes and count to 100 while I rig it? You know there's no way I could do that. She gently petted my head. Still, she wasn't too happy. How pathetic. At one point I thought you'd be a worthy adversary, but utterly disillusioned. Don't give up, Ichi-kun. There has to be some way to make a comeback. Do your best. Right until the end. Like I said, how am I supposed to make a comeback on this game when entirely on luck? What about you, Mion? Her face, however, was almost unbelievably indifferent, like she was watching something completely unexcited. She didn't turn her back without saying a word. Me? It was a pathetic voice that irked even myself. I'm disappointed. Everybody was serious about this, but A-chan was the one who wasn't. What do you mean? Aren't you telling me to control the spinner with their sheer force of will? How can I even do that? If you were serious about it, you would have settled the game 10 seconds from when you started. Mion, you don't have to get so angry. Wait! Mion, in a bad mood, cast me aside and disappeared into the depths of the shop. Maybe it was because it had become an awkward situation, but the spectators dispersed from around my table. Are you saying I'm not serious about this? Are you saying if I were serious, I would have settled this game in 10 seconds? If I were serious, everyone was praying for my victory. They believed in me. Did I betray their expectations? Was it because I wasn't serious? Should we continue the game? The two of them were typically trying to resume play. I didn't respond to that. They put tables sunk into silence. Higurashi, should I take that to mean you were giving up? The owner, thinking I was forfeit, started a round to ask cancellation of the game. At that moment, the demon inside me let loose a howl and awakened. I get it. What it means for me to be serious. I'll show you. I clamped my hands onto her shoulders, speaking in a low voice after pulling them closer. Tomita, Okamura, let's make a deal. Let me win. The two of them, not immediately understanding what I just said or admitting I were momentarily confused. Maibara, no violence. Always settled the game properly. Just listen to what I have to say. What is it you guys want? $50,000, right? Or 50,000 yen. Of course, winning that kind of money is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Even supposing you win, what are you going to do with that money? How are you going to enjoy it? The two of them considered it. Buy a new game or something? Snacks? Maybe some juice? Petty. So petty! Are you guys that stupid? Then how will you enjoy it if you win? Me? That is the point. Just shut up and listen to what I have to say. We club members have a penalty game separate from the casual participants. If we lose, we have to obey a single command from the winner. From another point of view, the winner earns the prize of being able to order the other club members around. First of all, you like Sadako, right? Don't buy it. Next of all, come on. You like Rika. Don't turn red. I drew the two of them, red-faced and conscious of whatever anybody else wanted to hear what I just said. They brought each other closer. Lollies, moe, pretty curls, what men covet, what men dream about. It's like an unreachable garden of Eden. Even then you still aim for it, wouldn't you? It's because our passionate souls scream for moe. That sensitive age where you couldn't say you liked the girl you liked. Understanding that gave me all the more power. Tomita, if I win, I'll make Satoko wear a collar and be your little sister for the day. A red fountain spewed from both Tomita's nostrils. In Okamura, I'll put cat ears on Rika and let you take her out for a walk. Also, blood erupted from Oakura's forehead. Don't be shy, just pretend I forced you to go along. You two were simply sacrifices to Maibara-senpai's whims. You could pretend to be against it. I understand. I know everything that your hearts desire. Then I suddenly lowered the tone of my voice. My school life was very good. I know that with my very body how foolish it is to waste such an important time in your lives. So to you, my juniors, I don't want you to live your lives like that. Be honest with yourselves. Chase your dreams. Fulfill them. I'll fulfill them for you. I will. It was at the moment the values of men bridged generations. Maibara-san! Did I ever have a mentor who ever spoke my mind for me so strongly? Never. There was no way there was. That's because in a man's lifetime, he only has 3 fateful encounters. The valuable first time was being experienced right at this moment with these two. So it's fine then? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Game over! It was such a absurd declaration of the game's ending that everybody in the store turned to look. It had been less than 3 minutes since I was on the verge of forfeit, and all the spectators certain of my loss. Kaji-san, what happened? Who won? My complete victory. What did you say? How did you overcome this situation? No need to explain. It was a gentleman's agreement. Right, guys? Yes, sir. The two of them suckling tears of gratitude answered strongly from the bottom of their hearts. Exactly what kind of miracle occurred here during those 3 minutes, while the spectators all looked away from my utter disadvantage? You did it! You did it! Yay! The spectators were puzzled at how I was able to so quickly overcome the hopeless situation. That guy, was he able to control the spinner wheel with his eyes or something? A miracle? What devilry is this? In cahoots with that Mion, you know? There's no doubt he has some strange trick up his sleeve. I looked at the crowd, who couldn't help but be excited out of the corner of my eye. Now fully awakened in that battle mode, I let out a derisive laugh. So this is what it means for me to be serious, Mion. You took your sweet time. Baring our fangs at each other, we laughed in the most unsightly fashion. With this, all the club members have cleared the first round. Which means this time is a match against everybody. It's a match. I've already decided what I'm going to buy with the prize money. Only natural, right? Sadako and Reika smiled, maybe sneered at each other. These guys, do they really think they'll win against Keiichi Maebara when he gets serious? Mion, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have offered me advice just now. What a mew boy you are. You're a million light years too early to think you can win against me. Mion, light years are a measure of distance. Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. What are we doing, Michan? How are the 5 of us going to face off? How? Well now, we have such a splendid lineup. It would be a race to rush things. Me is saying something complicated. Okay, could it be? Why you? Hair flowed elegantly, almost like a cape, as she turned her back to the table. As for today's contest, I, Club President Mion Samasaki, will reserve judgment for now. The method and time are yet undecided. The more spectators, the better. It should be in front of everybody from Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. By then we know the best way to finally settle things. Are you running away from this? Too unfair even for you. You newborn. Do you still not realize what has happened? The combative aura billowing out of her body formed a barrier, stopping Sadako's advance. We'll meet again. Prepare yourself for your inevitable fate. With a shrill laugh, she left the store. After a moment of silence, the crowd erupted in cheers. When will they resume the contest? Mion's serious. The other members did great too. That new guy Maebara, some strange power. He turned the tables in an instant. Maebara-san, you gotta win. Yeah, I'll dunk someone like Mion head first into the river Styx for you. The part of the crowd had apparently overheard the comment between Tomitaka no Kimura and myself erupted into a cheer yet again. Mion's going to win anyways. She's the undefeated empress. I'm betting on Mion. It's going to be Rena with that ungodly speed. Sadako the trap artist. Rika the siren. It may be a long shot, but it'll be Maebara. Right now I have no ear for those cheerful voices. Setting the stage for this huge match, and then running away like that, I wasn't going to forgive her. Outside of the store, she was getting on her bike as the shop owner was seeing her off. Don't run away! If you're the club president, don't run! bite me! Sorry, Gay-chan. Right now, I've got to get to my part-time job. Sorry? Like it was the sketch comedy show, my legs split in the opposite directions as I was doing the splits. Yeah, while you were playing your game, Mii-chan received a phone call. It's too bad. It was just getting good, too. Listen, our lucky day. They're getting crushed sale over at my uncle's store. They don't have enough people to work at the register, so he's calling me for help. When you say your uncle, does he manage a supermarket? A small store, but whenever he puts stuff on special, all the housewives swarm like locusts. Don't they have any common sense? Even though they don't have enough staff, they're selling a carton of eggs for 10 yen, limited at one customer. I'm a little surprised. You would never think that this was the club president exuding such a dark aura inside his store such a short time ago. It was the usual Mion right now, just exasperatingly so. My shoulders slumped. That's right, club mode was over. But it was really heated today. It really was fun. Damn Mion, she really knows how to fire people up. Me too, I got so fired up, my head started to tingle. Especially Kei-chan. That was scary. I thought he was gonna eat me alive. It's work, so I guess there's nothing you can do. It really is too bad. I really want to continue this some other time. Anytime's good. How about we do it at the oh, sorry, I can't even English. The Cotton Drifting Festival, why not? The Cotton Drifting 5 Demon Firefight. That's right. I'll think about it. Right now, what were Rika and Mion talking about? Watanagashi Festival? Cotton Drifting 5 Demon? Yeah, this old thing. I love when things turn out all over the top of manga alike. It'd be nice if we could have another Strung Club activity like this. She laughed with a smile that made you feel refreshing just looking at it. At the moment, the shop owner came out carrying a paper bag. Huh. What is it? Giving it to us? Thank you everybody for today. Thanks to you, the event went really well. Not much, but here's a little something for you guys. Uncle Yoshiro, isn't there a little something for me? My, quite an adorable one, is it not? When Sadako and Rika opened up the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside.
Wow, they're so cute! Can I take them home? I really can.
There's something for me too, huh? Oh, I got a pretty adorable one. A stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress. One you used to play house. Ren's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Sadako's was the same, and Rika too. Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least. How do I say this? I can say he's pretty cute. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty, I can admit. It's adorable, but a doll would change your clothes. Go on around with it and you'll be treated like weirdos starting tomorrow, definitely. She didn't have to go that far, Jesus. This wasn't something a guy like me should be carrying around. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought I'd get it to her. However, after briefly considered it, I gave it to Ren instead. Huh? You're giving it to me? To Rena? Thank you. Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Rena, then walking the streets at night would be scary. No doubt. I thought about giving it to Mion, but it just didn't feel right. You know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy. It's better than if you're a girl. If you were a boy, I would have killed you already. You should kill me while you still can. If you don't, Kei-chan, you might not live to regret it. She laughed at the same such an ominous line. Everyone laughed heartily with her. Ask God to make you a boy in your next life. I'll also have him make me a boy. Together, the two of us will start with taking over the country as a warm-up. Mion, if you don't get going soon. The shop owner told her quickly. A lot of us look like we've been having a lot of fun. Some of must have been hard to put a wet blanket on things. Later then. Today was fun. I'll see you later. Tomorrow. At school. Don't be late for work. Everybody waved their hands and watched as Mion left. Before I knew it, the sun was already setting, and the breeze carried a hint of chill. Should we play for a bit more in town, or should we go home? The road gets scary when it's dark. Then I guess it's time to leave. We certainly caused a ruckus. We sure did. Okay, let's go home. The wind blew gently, as if to cool down those of us flushed with enthusiasm. The road back to Hinamizawa was long, but I didn't really mind. Oh, that's right. Rena, you achieved an overwhelming victory, didn't you? When Rena gets like that, I'm sorry to say it, but there's no winning against her. It was because the cars were so cute. See? I bought them. Rika was the same as usual. When it comes to boys, it's like taking candy from a baby. It was an easy win. How much was calculated and how much was that natural? I get scared when I think about how you will turn out in the future. Sadako-chan was amazing too. That way it ended was really exciting. It wasn't the sort of game where I should be complimented. Keiichi, you also showed your fangs at the end there. Well, I guess I'm the type of guy who's strongest when he's cornered. Tomina-san and the others seem to have been cheering you on real hard. Do you know something? He made some promise with Tomita and Okamura. Probably a secret. A secret? A secret? I wonder what it is. I wonder. Sometimes we're a man, there are times we can only understand one another by fighting. Despite laughing, I frantically tried to avoid the subject. After that, everybody continued to praise each other for how they were defeating their opponents, and reflected on how fun today was. Everybody look! The sunset is beautiful! Sadako was getting more excited. She pointed. Waiting where her finger indicated was an immense sunset, casting even longer shadows of us on our bikes. The cries of the cicadas were gentle and very comforting. And I guess this ends this part, maybe? Will it shows? I hope this is the part. I really want to take a break from this recording. Who's Mion's uncle? Let's check this tip out. We'll first save, and then we'll check out the tip. Yep, sorry. I suddenly got called into my part-time job by my uncle's shop today. What's that? No club today? Well, I'm sorry. Mion put her hands together in an apology and grinned. If you really want to do club today, you can always do it without this old man. The club locker is stuffed full of games. You can pick whatever. Club Walker was the trans-dimensional space from which Mion pulled games whenever we meet for club activities. I wonder how many freaking games could be stored in the locker. It was even smaller than the ones with the cleaning supplies. Besides those games, it was almost a cornucopia of suspicious objects. Maybe costumes? For punishment games. If we lined them all up on the floor in order to sort them, that would definitely fill the classroom. We shouldn't. I get the feeling that if I mess around in our locker, everything inside will come tumbling down. I guess you're right. Maybe amateurs shouldn't meddle with this. Mion gave a hearty laugh, implying that the only one who could do this was the club president.
Me? Teachers look for the key to the gym storehouse. Do you have any idea where it is?
Did I not return it to the teacher's lounge? She said that, feeling a bit in her pocket. Judging by her expression, she must have planned on returning it, but it was still there. I knew you had it. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt you simply must have been the one that had it.
I was right too. Sandaka and I were both right.
Giggling, the two clapped their hands together in celebration. You're annoying. Mion elbowed Sadako and Rika in their heads, then headed for the teacher's lounge. Oh right, have you two heard? Mion has a part-time job. That's why she's not coming to the club.
Oh, is that so? That's a very draw of her. Me.
The two of them made disappointed faces. Whatever anyone said, Mion's club was always the number one thing I looked forward to when going to the school. It wasn't hard to agree with her melancholic expressions after hearing it wouldn't be happening. So she's got a part-time job. What does she do? Whenever Mion canceled the club, it was usually because of jobs. It didn't seem like she went there every day. She would go 2 to 3 times a week, but not go there at all. At least for a while. It sounded like a pretty damn random part-time job.
She isn't working at any one shop or anything.
Well, does that mean she's a day laborer? She's wearing socks and a helmet. She's sweating to death in a factory. I couldn't imagine such a thing.
Mion helps her uncles out whenever their employees go on vacations. She's like a handyman.
I get it. Now that you mention it, having her job at her uncle's place, I think I've heard about that.
She has a lot of uncles who run their own shops. Mion is in very high demand.
A lot of uncles? A lot of them?
Oh, you were unaware? There are many relatives of Mion's in Okinomiya who run their own stores.
I didn't know that. So, are there different kinds?
Uh-huh. The bakery, produce market, ramen shop, many others besides. That toy store we went to for the club the other day is one of them.
I was dumbfounded. That's amazing. Mion's family blessed with some kind of crazy business sense? They run so many different things. It's kind of amazing.
There are others, like a loan shark, a land shark, a strip club, and a brothel. What I'm saying is they do lots of things.
Okay, a couple of weird things kept up in that time, but still, I could tell it was pretty extensive. So the reason she's so fussy about returning money she lent you is because of the blood of loan sharks running through her veins? That explains that.
Once I completely forgot to pay Mion back for the money she gave me for shopping. And she threatened me, saying that if I didn't return at all, she threw me into the red light district and that would be the end of me.
Rika being sold into the entertainment industry to pay off her debts. Crap, I'm bleeding on my nose. Dying by being thrown on the ground must be the silliest form of death I ever heard of.
Huh?
She doesn't really get it. Recently she seemed so unspoiled. Rika and I gave her a pat on the head.
Why are you petting me? We're petting you because you're a good girl.
She was lost in confusion, but she seemed to understand that she was being made fun of. Oh well, I guess that's it for this first chapter. I'll see you guys in the next recording.